Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing a fresh and flirty makeup look for Valentine's Day. I like this look because it is versatile. I feel like you can wear it for Valentine's Day, but you can also wear it any other day and it's not like just specific to Valentine's Day. I don't wear a whole lot of pinks normally, so this is a little bit outside of my comfort zone, but I figured why not? So I hope you enjoy this light and flirty makeup look for Valentine's Day. And if you want to see how I did this, then please keep watching. All right, let's get started. So since I'm not using really bold or dark colors in this look, I'm gonna go ahead and do my foundation, concealer, powder, and all of that first. I don't anticipate having a whole lot of trouble with any fallout, so hopefully that stands true. We shall see. But the foundation that I'm going to be using today, after I've already moisturized and primed, of course, is the Matte and Poreless by Maybelline Fit Me. It is color 118 in case you are curious. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that and then dab it out with a damp sponge. This is actually the second video that I have filmed over the weekend. My other one, if you'd like to check it out, is my favorite smoky eye. And the difference between filming that video and this one, as far as redness on my skin goes, is crazy. That just goes to show how reactive my skin is to doing the apricot scrub. It looks far better today. Next, I'm going to be going in with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in the color Light Warm. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that in my under eye region, as well as highlight my forehead, nose, and chin. I'm going to go ahead and set my under eye area with the NYX HD finishing powder in shade Banana, and I'm going to set that with my Morphe M536 bullet brush. I love this brush. I think I've said that in previous videos, but this one I feel like just sets that under eye area very well. I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face with my Urban Decay All Nighter waterproof setting powder, and I'll be using this powder brush that all right, now because it's bothering me, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera, and when I come back, I will have brows. All right, now that my brows are on, I'm gonna go ahead and contour. I'm going to be using my favorite Hoola bronzer right here and a Morphe M438 brush to go ahead and carve out very slightly my contour. I'm not going very crazy with the contour today, just a nice deepening to give myself just a little bit of definition, but not a ton. All right, now I'm going to be going in and doing a little bit of baking along that jawline and that contour line. I have currently been using the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder. This is the color Ghost. I'm not super digging it. As you can see, I hope you can see that okay, it is a very small opening, which I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to do with this stuff. Like, I can't get a brush in there, especially the brush that I've been using, which it just looks like a total mess because this gets incredibly messy when I do this. But it's just your generic contour brush. This one's by e.l.f. It's not spectacular, but it gets the job done. And it's just like, I can't pour it into the cap without making a huge mess. I don't have anywhere to put it. So it's just, I always end up with this dang powder absolutely everywhere. And it just doesn't feel that worth it to me. So the powder itself is not bad, but I kind of don't ever want to deal with it because it's just a pain in the ass to get out of there. So buyer beware. Have a good place to pour out your powder, I guess. Now, I'm not going crazy with the baking. I'm just kind of further defining the line towards the back of my face there. I'm not, oh, see, it's everywhere. I'm not going too crazy here. So just a very short little baking line right there. And honestly, that's all I'm going to need. Okay. It's all over my shirt. It's all over my desk. There's my, oh, good God, Jayme. There's my sleeve. It's just, God, what a pain in the ass this stuff is. I don't even know why I hang on to it. It's on my hands. Oh my God. Yeah, I need to just toss that. It was not worth the hassle. It is all over my clothes. Ugh. Okay. So I did that. I'm going to go ahead and wait to do my blush and my highlight at the very end. And I'm just going to go ahead and dive into the eye look itself. First things first, which every time I say that, I think of Iggy Azalea. Oops, sorry. I shook the desk. Okay, first things first, I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie. And I'm going to take my, let's see. I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush by Morphe. It's the M573 brush. As you can see, it is very fluffy. And I'm going to just kind of put this peach smoothie down as a base all over the eyelid. If you watched my last video, you know I like to use this color to kind of make it so that my eyelid is prepped for eyeshadow. It just makes all of the next colors blend much better, in my opinion. And because it's so close to my skin tone, it just really works very well. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and use this same Morphe brush. And I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette in the color Bloom. And I'm going to start to create a bit of a halo effect with this color. So I'm going to concentrate it on the outside of my lid, the inside of my lid, and that crease area. Very subtly. We're going daytime, Valentine's Day look. So we're not going too crazy with the color here. So just going to start very lightly putting down the color. Even flick it out in the outer eyelid area just a little bit. If you do get it on your middle lid, it's not a big deal. We're going to put a different color down there, so it's not a huge issue. Okay, I went ahead and zoomed you guys in a little bit. I realized maybe it was not as easy to see what I was doing, but I'm going to continue with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. And now I'm going to go in with the color Twig, and I'm just going to barely deepen the color that is actually on the lid. I'm not going to go into the crease with this. I'm just taking, this is just a little Ulta eyeshadow brush. It's just a very small shader. I'm putting very minimal amount of that color on my brush, and I'm just kind of tapping it on the areas of my eyelid that I want to deepen it just ever so slightly. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with that Morphe brush that I used for the pink with just a touch more of that Bloom color. And I'm going to go over top of that again. Okay, now that we have deepened the inner and outer corner just a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and take this color called Pearl, and I'm going to use just a flat shader brush. This is the Morphe M167 shader brush. And I'm not going to weten my brush. I'm not going to use any sort of glitter glue or anything like that because I'm going for a very subtle shimmer look. So I actually don't want it to be too crazy. So I'm just going to use this color to pop on to the center area of my eyelid to just give it some definition and kind of further give the halo effect. You can go ahead and grab that first brush that you used with Bloom again and just make sure that everything is blended well. No harsh lines, you know, the usual. Okay, now that we have our color down, I'm going to go in and make a very fine and delicate line of liner with my, let's see, my L'Oreal Carbon Black Infallible eyeliner pencil. That is a mouthful. I always forget what it's called. But I'm just going to be very subtly making a line. I'm going to fill in between my lashes as well, and then we will smoke that out ever so slightly. Okay, now that I have that down, I'm going to go in with any flat definer brush, and I'm going to use the color Noir, and I am barely tapping this into the color. I am just boop, 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 barely tapping it in there. I'm not swirling it around anything. I don't want a whole thick bunch of liner. I just kind of want to smoke out the color that I do have down. So I'm just going to take it and kind of pat it along that liner and just ever so slightly give it a wiggle to kind of blur that line. We want it soft and flirty and delicate. Next, I'm going to go in with my all-time favorite drugstore mascara. It is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Voluminous, and I just love this mascara so much, but I'm not going to put a whole lot down. I'm just putting on one coat to help blend with the false lashes that we're going to apply next. Okay, now that we have our mascara on, I'm going to go ahead and pop on some lashes. The lashes that I'm using today are the Ardell Demi Wispies. They are my all-time favorite lash. I wear them all the time. I just feel like they are the most natural looking lashes that you can find. I don't feel like I'm wearing butterflies on my eyes. They just do a wonderful job of giving me the volume and the length that I want without being too crazy. All right, now that we have lashes on, I'm going to go ahead and highlight my brow bone. I'm going to be using the color Fresh in the same Sultry palette and just gently highlighting up there. Now I'm going to be going back in with that pearl color and the same shading brush. I'm going to take some of that and highlight the inner corner of my eye. Now I'm going to go in with my very first brush, the Morphe M573. This is the brush that we used for that bloom color. I'm going to pick up just a little bit more of that color and I'm going to apply that to the underside of my eyes. Now, you have to be very careful with pinks and reds on your lower lash line. Sometimes it can end up making you look sick. So I say be very light-handed with this color. Make sure that you know where you want to put it and where you want it to go. Sometimes using a more precise brush can be helpful. I'm comfortable with putting it on my lower lid. I've done it a lot before. So I'm gonna go ahead and be bold and use my very fluffy brush to go ahead and apply that to my under eye. I like to connect it to that outer part of my eye as well. Just kind of bring it around. All right, now that we have that down, I'm going to go ahead and use that same brush that we used for the inner corner of our eyes and take more of Pearl. And I'm going to ever so slightly kind of just pop it on my mid lower lash section. Now I'm going to finish off my lower lash line with some more of my Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. All right, our eye look is complete. Now I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face. I'm going to take one of my favorite drugstore blushes. This is the Milani Blush in Luminoso. It has been around for a very long time and it continues to be one of my favorites. And I'm going to take my Sonia Kashuk number 113 blush brush and just apply that to the apples of my cheeks and bring what is left over towards my, what's that called? What's this called? What is it called? How about I just show you? So on the apples of my cheeks, very lightly, just kind of brush it backwards, whatever is left over. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and take my powder brush and I'm just gonna brush away my baking powder, if you will. See, doing a very small bake, you know, it's not very dramatic, but it still gets the job done. It still chisels that line so that you can see a more dramatic contour without being too crazy. Now I'm gonna go ahead and highlight, and what I'm gonna be using today is my Anastasia Glow Sugar Kit highlighting palette. It's a mouthful. And I think for today's look, the color that I'm going to use is this one in the corner here called Starburst. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that to my cheekbones. It's so pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my nose. Cupid's bow. A little bit on my chin, whatever is left, just a little bit on the forehead. Now lip color, I'm going to go in with the Lorac lipstick in the shade Mama Bear and apply that. On top of Mama Bear, I'm gonna go ahead and take this Buxom lip gloss in the shade Dolly and pop that on top. All right, and then the step that for some reason I seem to forget the most, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with the Maybelline Master Fix Setting Spray. All right, there you have it. This is my Valentine's Day look. It is light, it is fresh, and it is flirty, and it is all things Valentine's Day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and please push subscribe. Go ahead and while you're at it, click the notifications bell. Even though I tell you that I upload inconsistently, at least you'll know when it happens. So again, thank you for supporting my small channel. I appreciate it more than you know. And until next time, have a good day. Bye.